ready for University of Georgia basketball.
Alright guys, so we have to talk about it. And we're going to talk about Georgia's loss to Ole Miss last night. Georgia lost to Ole Miss 95-97 on a buzzer-beating victory. A buzzer-beater game-winning shot by Ole Miss. I don't know who hit the shot. Yeah, I can't remember who hit the shot, but Ole Miss got it. They drove down the court, or Smurf hit a free throw to tie the game, and then Ole Miss drove down the court. They missed the first attempt. They got it back. They missed it. The second attempt hit the backboard, and while falling down, an Ole Miss guy threw it in, and it went in. Just bad luck. Georgia had a great night shooting free balls late in the first half and early in the second half, but pretty much Georgia went cold after that, and Jeremiah Wilkerson had 32 points. I mean, he just played absolutely terrific, and a lot of Georgia's players did. Now Santos real fouled out again, and there's two things I want to say about it. Number one, I don't want to hear that's because Surreal fouled out is the reason Georgia lost. I understand Clemson, Florida, and this game, Ole Miss, Surreal has fouled out. I get it, but that's a part of basketball. People forget when Surreal fouled out against Florida last week, Dylan James had 20 points against Florida. Justin Abson is a really good backup. Kareem Stagg is very good. So, I mean, you can't base everything off that. And then number two, and this is something that I want to make known to everybody, do not at all send mean messages and hateful stuff to Molinder for missing the free throw. I saw it early last night, or earlier this morning, it was like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I saw people saying that he was the reason Georgia lost. That is not the truth. One missed free throw is not the reason you lose a game. And the way I looked at it, regardless, is if he made both free throws, Georgia would have been up 96-95. There's a great chance Ole Miss, if what happens, then Georgia loses 97-96. So I don't. That one missed free throw didn't cost Georgia the game. But man, that hurt, and it still hurts. It won't hurt that Georgia wins again, because that game hurt. That was one of the worst losses for a Georgia basketball team I have seen in a very, very long time. That's the first time in a while I can remember Georgia getting beat straight up at the buzzer on a walk-off buzzer beater. 2022 Texas A&M came close when Marcel Williams hit a three-pointer from a half court, but that was like they had like a tenth of a second left. And I mean, Georgia had no time to do anything. On some of these buzzer beaters, you get a few seconds, maybe 0.8, 0.9, even maybe a full second. Georgia did not have that in this game. I mean, that's what, to me, probably makes it 100 times more heartbreaking, is it was straight up at the horn in a loss, and it hurts. It hurts. So, Georgia, Wilkinson with 32, Cannon Catches with 17, Jordan Ross with 9, Somto with 7, he fouled out in overtime, Blue Kane with 3, Smurf Molinder with 14, Dylan James with 6, Absent with 4, Justin Bailey with 3, and that's all. That was all scoring for Georgia, and the Ole Miss is a terrible rebounding team, and the fact that the game was won off a rebound this was astonishing. It was astonishing, and don't get me wrong, guys. People can say what they want. That game yesterday. This game hurts. This is the worst I've felt for a Georgia basketball game. I felt terrible after we lost to Clemson. That was more of an early season game. I was just more frustrated we lost to Florida. I mean, you got to go back to probably the Missouri game last year or the Texas A&M game last year. This was a very, very bad loss for Georgia basketball. And it doesn't get any better. Georgia has to go play Arkansas in Athens. At least that game's in Athens. It's not a must-win, but you absolutely almost have to win this game. I know it's January 15th, but you can't start losing conference games. The SEC, we went 8-10 or whatever it was, 7-9 or 8-10 in SEC play last year, and was able to get into the NCAA tournament. I don't think that's getting it done this year because, unlike last year, where the SEC was the best definitive basketball conference. I don't think that's the case this year. The ACC is a very great conference. I don't think anybody's ready to have that conversation. I understand the ACC historically is great. They've been down the last few years, but North Carolina State, Duke, even some of the smaller teams, SMU just beat Virginia Tech off a half-court buzzer beater last night. I think they're really good. The Big 12 has some good teams, but overall it's not good. I think maybe the Big Ten is a lot better than some people give credit for. The SEC is great, don't get me wrong, but it's not what it was last year. Your Auburn is down. Your Alabama is relatively down. Florida was down. Now, they play a tougher non-conference schedule than anybody, so obviously their record's going to be different than everybody else's, but, maybe 8-10 or 7-9 or whatever it is isn't going to get you in this year. That's why Georgia has to take care of business. So again, Georgia loses 95-97 to Ole Miss on a buzzer beater. I'll post. You can see Scott's call of it right here.
9 seconds, 8 seconds. Chippa over the line, gives it back to Storr. Storr spins, shoots, 2-pointer, front of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped up. Ole Miss hits it at the horn.
Yeah, I just posted that because that's going on the alternate channel in a little bit anyway. So, just heartbreaker in Athens. That is the number one way I could describe it. A absolute heartbreaker in Athens. Georgia loses to Ole Miss 97-95. We'll see you tomorrow for the pregame show, or I'll record the pregame show tomorrow. You'll see it early Saturday morning. Guys, just go Dogs, and losses happen. You're not going to win every game, but this will sure hurt.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.